Okay, everybody, welcome back. As we know, over the last few months, this guy has become a real problem. So I have figured out a way to get as much of this as we need whenever we need it. All right, so first thing you got to do is you're just going to pop it in. All right, and then all we have to do is duplicate it. So in order to duplicate this, all we got to do now is just come in here and then just right click and then just click duplicate. Hello and welcome to MMT Tax. Today we're going to be finding out how you can find comps with MMT Tax. So first thing we're going to do is get the subject property. So somebody gave me a call and they would like me to find some comps for their property or do a CMA for their property. The first thing I'm going to need is information about their property, right? So what you would do in that circumstance is you would come into the property owners search here, and you're going to find their property with the property owner search. And you can do that by putting in the property's address, or you could come down here to show hide advanced options and provide the tax ID if you happen to have that, or you can even put in the owner's name and find it that way. But that's not why we're here today. I already have that property pulled up. That would be what we call the subject property. So what I'm going to do is look at that property, which I have here. So let's say I got that phone call and they called and they would like me to find some comps for their property. And I have a number of different ways I can do that as far as what kind of information I'm going to use to find that. In my case, I'm going to use the subdivision that it's in. Now, if your property that you have as a subject property doesn't have a subdivision, you can draw on the map or you can use a circle. There are many different ways that you can find comps that are in the same area as that subject property. In my case, I'm going to go right here where it says subdivision, and it says Ramsgate right there, and that tells me what subdivision the property is in. So I am going to come back to my MMT tax search right here, and I'm going to go right over here to where it says comparable sales activities. I'm just going to click on comparable sales activities, and it gives me 5 choices to put in, but one of those is the subdivision. Now remember, if you didn't have a subdivision, for whatever reason it's not in a legal subdivision or something along those lines, I can click on map search and I could just kind of draw on the map where I would like to search for these properties if I chose to. I'm not going to in this case, but I just wanted you to see that that is available to you if that's what you would like to do. In my case, that's not what I want to do, so I'm just going to clear all these shapes, go right back to the listing and go back to my search rather, and start looking for that listing based on the name of the subdivision. So I'm just going to type in Ramsgate, and you can see in the drop down I get Ramsgate, so I'm just going to click on Ramsgate and it's going to show Ramsgate right over here. Now, I don't want to just click search here because it's going to give me every sold from the beginning of time. I only want comps or properties that sold in this neighborhood in the last year. So I'm just going to click that radio button that says year. And also here on number 3 where it says type of category, I am going to choose what the same category is that my subject property is in. So in my case, my property is a single family residence. It's not a condo, it's not a business, it's a single family residence. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to choose single family. Remember, if you don't choose anything, the system assumes you want everything. And if you're in an area that has mixed types of properties, you don't want to do that. So I want to do like for like, so I'm going to only want to see other single family homes. So now that I have those marked, 1 year, single family, and the neighborhood, I'm just going to click search. And I get 12 properties that sold in that neighborhood in the last year. I can pull reports for these properties if I would like. So if I don't want to do anything else, I'm happy with just every property that's sold in that neighborhood. From right here, I can just click on transaction summary. And it's going to give me a report. It's a pre-set up report for you that's going to give me sales prices from the lowest to the highest. It's going to show me the number of transactions, the average sales price, the average heated and cooled square footage, and the effective square footage. It's also going to give me the average price per square foot for heated and cooled and effective as well. Sales priced highest right here, and it's going to tell me what property was the highest. Vacant residences, in this case there weren't any. So super quick and easy. The second page just gives me a list of those properties with the address, the neighborhood, the price, the sale date, the square footage, the effective square footage, the year built, heated and cooled square footage, price, and then structure, in this case SFR, which means single family residence. So super easy to do, super fast. The other report I want to point out to you is the market conditions overview report. So we have the transaction summary right here, which took all of these properties and put them in a report for us. And this does the same thing, but it breaks it out for us in a 6-month, 3-month, 3-month type of situation. And it does give us different information. So looking here, I can see the date ranges, and I did a year, so I am getting a full year's worth. And I've got my longest back, which is 6 months. And I've got 8 properties that sold in there. I've got an absorption rate of 2.67, and then I've got median comparable sales price right here, and then the average comparable sales price. And then I've got 3 months and 3 months. So a lot of good information there. It will also show me foreclosures in the given area. It'll also give me my median heated and cooled square footage, average heated and cooled square footage, and then the median effective year built, the median average effective year built, the median price per square foot is right here, and the average price per square foot is right there. So a lot of information packed on one page for you. Very, very nice. We also have that list of properties again. So a nice little 2-page report you can get to with very, very little effort on your part. So I'm just going to close that now. So what if I want to use specific properties as comps rather than just every property that sold in the last year? Just check the boxes that I want to use as comps, just like that. And it will only use those particular properties that you want to use. So you don't have to use every single property in a given neighborhood. Now, how would I decide which properties to use and which ones I don't want to use? A lot of times what people use is the square footage, because you want to match something that's close to the square footage of your property. So in that case, what I'd like to do is I would like to use the column that says square footage, but in my case, I don't have square footage showing on my list here. But I can add anything I want to on this grid here by going right up here to where it says column layout. If I click on column layout, it's going to give me everything that I can have each for a column. So what I want is I want price per square foot, and I also want the heated and cooled square footage. So I just got to find it on the list here. There's my heated and cooled square footage right there. And there's my price per heated and square footage right there. And so I'm just going to check those 2 boxes, and then I'm going to click Save Changes. And now it's bringing me to a place where I can change what order the columns are in. And I would like this to be higher on the list. So I'm going to just highlight square footage, heated and cooled, and I'm click Move Up. And I'm going to put it right behind the price of the property, just like that. And now I'm going to put the price per square foot and click Move Up. And I'm going to put it right there behind the heated and cooled square footage. Now that I've got that done, I just click Save Column Layout. Now when you come back, you're going to see that nothing's changed. And what you need to do is you just need to click Refresh Search, because it's just sitting where you left it last time. So once I click Refresh Search here, you're going to see your heated and cooled square footage showed up and my price for heated and cooled square footage. So now that I've got that on my screen here, what I'm going to do is go back to that full report, and I'm going to find the heated and cooled square footage for this property. So the total heated and cooled square footage is 1868, so 1,868. So I'm going to go back here, and now I am going to put this in order of the heated and cooled square footage by clicking that blue right up here in the header. Just click that, and now it will actually be in that order. And so what I want to do is I just want to pick the properties that are closest to the square footage of my subject property. In this case, it's going to be this property, this property, this property, and that one. And now we're kind of getting out of the realm of it. So I just want to put them right there. So I've got 4 comps right there. Maybe I'll go ahead and put that 2080 square foot one right there, and that'll give me 5. And then I can come right back to that market conditions overview report, and I'm going to get a much better sense of what that property is worth by using properties that are in the same ballpark of the heated or in the heated and cooled square footage. So a nice, easy way to get comps very, very quickly through MMT Tax. Thank you so much. I hope you got something out of this. Have a wonderful day.